Hi everybody, I hope you guys are doing great today. So we're going to get right into your reading for February 1st through the 8th of 2020. I'm going to front load with the astrology. I'm time stamping in the description box below. If you don't want the astrology part, there's no problem. Each sign is going to be getting their own video, but I'm going to be front loading each sign with this astrological information, just so that you guys know. So let's get right into this. There are two things that I really want to talk about this week. The first one is Mercury entering Pisces on February 3rd. It's going to be there till the 4th of March. So when Mercury's in Pisces, our thinking is more visual, intuitive, and imaginative. We're particularly tuned into our world of emotions, which ends up coloring both our thoughts and actually all the ways that we communicate. And we'll be very tuned into our intuition here, expressing ourselves with imagery, and we're all going to be really in our high priestess vibe. No, it's not gender specific, right? We're all going to be tapping into that intuition, and we're definitely more attracted to anything that's consciousness raising, and really kind of getting to the bottom of things to bring them up, to really look at them. Now, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, the water signs, are going to feel more communicative, definitely more creative and easygoing during this transit. We're all going to be feeling more creative. We are. But the water signs are just going to have an easier time with this energy, while the mutables, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Virgo, are likely going to experience like a more mentally busy and maybe even stressful time due to the lack of clarity. As Pisces, with Mercury here, Mercury is actually in detriment here. And for those of you who don't know what detriment means, it's just not able to operate at maximum strength. So it's almost like a retrograde, but actually, now that I'm saying this, we are going to be in shadow, right? We are going to be in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, because it's always like 2 weeks before, and Mercury retrograde is hitting on the 16th. So hey, even more fog thrown in there for good measure. But Mercury is very intellectual, analytical, and precise, and Pisces is very vague, right? That emotional daydreamer. So it really makes sense that Mercury feels challenged here, because Pisces is two fish swimming in an opposite direction, inside dreamy and unclear Neptune. And Mercury is going to want to catch the fish and get a straight answer out of them, but he won't be able to. So hence the frustration for those of us who thrive on clarity of communication, So luckily, despite the difficult placement here of Mercury, there's still plenty of ways to take advantage of this planet, having to do with communication, even though it's in Pisces. It's just important to keep in mind that, with Mercury in Pisces, we are more sensitive and touchy. Our emotions might tend to get the better of us, and our actions may mostly be motivated by our feelings. So, since logic and reasoning just may not be very easy to come by in this energy, and verbal communication may not go the way you intended, let's just say, we can easily come off as very vague and have a very hard time picking the right words to say. But just by thinking a little bit before we say what's on our mind, we can end up saving ourselves from stressful arguments and misunderstandings. And depending on the situation, guys, Mercury could be treading in troubled waters in Pisces and lead to emotional outbursts and fights, or it could present you with a great opportunity to get in touch with your inner self and start like deep, healthy conversations about your feelings, Now, the good news is Pisces is that dreamy, watery sign, so creativity and emotions. So really awesome for those of you who are artistic, or you're needing to tap into that artistic vibe. And that doesn't only mean anything in the arts. Pretty much everything we do, if you think about it, requires some sort of artistic edge. So we're just going to be thinking about things through our heart space and in a creative way. Mercury in Pisces, it really does wonders here for your imagination. So you can pump out some really like colorful and brilliant work in this energy. Your thought process is more romantic and dreamy and even spiritual now. So meaning you can really hone in on your intuitive and your psychic talents for those of you who are interested in that. If you're interested in anything having to do with like the metaphysical, like tarot or astrology or Reiki or anything like that, Mercury in Pisces is a great energy to start learning in, it really is. Now, Pisces is also the most compassionate sign, right? And with Mercury's stay here, there's just going to be a lot of love and empathy and support. So really, I mean, at the end of it all, it's really a great opportunity to get more in touch with your emotions and rework the way you express them to others. Right? And by the time this transit ends, you're definitely going to have a new perspective on your spiritual side and the way you flex your creative muscle and something having to do with your heart space. So it is all really, really good. And then on the 7th, we have Venus entering Aries. So Venus in Aries, this is going to be happening from February 7th to March 4th. And in Aries, love is very spontaneous and direct. So it's the chase is very exciting to us under this fiery energy. We're bold, we're fresh, a little impatient. I did mention that in the monthly, right, when it comes to matters of the heart. And in this energy, we really don't want to look back. It's the kind of thing where we're going to be very forward moving, forward thinking. And when it comes to anything having to do with our heart, not that we're not going to be missing people, not that, but we're just going to be like, wanting to push our life forward in the biggest way. We're really going to be feeling this fire in our belly to just push our life forward. You know, we're not interested in saying I'm sorry or dwelling on the past, and we're not even really interested in hearing it. It's just this very forward, like what's done is done. Let's just go. It's a brand new day. It's time to make things work right now. So Aries is known for a love of the chase and conquest, right? In a very blunt, with no sugarcoating kind of way. Really saying it like it is very important to Aries. So we're going to be vibing this in this energy, not in a mean or petty way, just direct, but maybe not so direct actually, or as intended, because of that Pisces in Mercury, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, his desires are strong and expressed spontaneously, enthusiastically in this energy, right? Remember, Aries are those strong, mighty warriors. It's the Emperor energy. But even Venus, the most sensual planet, is no match really for this fiery energy of Aries, right? So this is definitely like an energy that thrives on competition. So again, that love of the chase towards flirtatious romances that are defined by physical touch. Exciting spontaneity can be played here. At play here, right? So guys, think about this. Mercury's in shadow this week. So we're entering the retrograde energy of the everything, including reconciliation and reconnections. So for many of you, this is going to manifest as an ex coming back in a very fiery, in a very passionate, in a very like pointed, knowing what they want kind of way, but it's going to feel confusing. Like, I don't know what to do, you know, kind of thing. Is this real? Is it not real? I don't know. So it's going to end up creating this confusion. But we can also feel this fire in our belly to make changes in any area of our life that speaks to our heart space. But since we won't have all the information, we can easily idealize a person or a situation. So, you know, at the end of the day, this is a really deep week. It's a really exciting week, but it can be a very confusing week. So as I always say, stay open, stay grounded. Thank you so much. And let's go pull some cards for your sign. Hi Gemini, hope you guys are doing great. Okay, let's get right into your general messages and we'll pull a good tarot for your crowning message. Remember guys, general messages, try not to make them fit if you don't think they fit. Energies could always be flip-flop, vice versa. And definitely check your rising sign, moon sign, and Venus sign. Okay, let's get right into the messages that Gemini needs to know for the first week of February. No. 3 of water. I like it. Yay, Gemini. This is beautiful. This is a celebratory vibe in the heart space. So this is a Mars and Capricorn energy. So this is about making something happen, working really hard. I feel like this is something that you guys have been working on. So this could definitely be being in a really positive space, having to do with a relationship. Really being just in a great space in either your relationship, in that friendship, in that family connection, in that job, and just feeling a very celebratory vibe this week, very much in the heart space. What kind of makes sense, right? It kind of matches what's happening with the energy of what's going on in the sky, right? So let's use the Arcanum to get your gifts and your challenge this week. Gift and the challenge for Geminis for the first week of February 2020. The gift and the challenge this week. Gemini, first week of February 2020. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this makes sense to me. Okay, so this is the gift. The gift is the Ten of Pentacles. This is Mercury and Virgo energy. Now, Mercury and Virgo. You know, we know what's happening with Mercury right now. Mercury is like, where the hell am I? Okay, so this just tells me that, you know, and Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. So guys, this being your gift, to me, tells me that the pause button is going to be pressed on communication this week, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. I feel like there's going to be a lot of the ability to really control communication, the ability to really stop yourself before you say anything that you're sorry for, the ability to pull back on anything that might come off as argumentative or controlling or attacking or anything like that. To me, this reversal indicates you just thinking before you speak in the most fundamental way. The most fundamental way. Because it's Mercury and then Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of Mercury here that's in reverse. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Because being in Pisces, it's like, where am I? And then on top of that, we're going into the shadow of Mercury retrograde. So the gift here is to not say what you need, what you looking to say straight out of the gate. It's thinking before you speak and having that ability to do that. Because sometimes that's a challenge, right? Is holding the tongue. You know, you guys are, you know, like wicked smart and very articulate and very, you could be sharp with your tongue, right? If energies are running high, and energies are going to be running high this week. So I really like this for you, because this is really about control. You're going to have the ability to control yourself. So good stuff here. So this is where you're coming from. This is where you're at now. This is your struggle within this gift, and this is the outcome. Justice reverse is the outcome. I mean, I'm going to pull qualifiers on that, but that's really funny. So I feel like you're going to be, listen to me, that's really funny. That's messed up that I just said that. My apologies, Gemini. It's interesting because we have the outcome energy as there being this lack of justice, but the gift is you're going to be able to hold your tongue and not wig out and be very reactive. You're going to be able to respond instead of react. So yeah, so that is definitely a gift, right? Because we don't want to sabotage anything in this energy. But I get that you guys are coming from a space of the Hermit energy, which is very much about taking that mental space to really think about everything that's been going on. This is a good energy. It's a Virgo energy, right? This is your brother sign, right, in Mercury. And it's just about really thinking things through, being very pensive. What happened? Why did that happen? Did I self-sabotage myself anywhere? Did I allow something to go on for too long somewhere? How could I have done things differently? How could this be fixed? Just really kind of laying it out and getting really, really honest with yourself. Because, and again, this is what Mercury is going to be here, you know. And as your ruler, you're just going to be very in this space of not being sure how you think, how you feel right now, but not in like a detrimental way, because it is still Pisces, and Pisces is about compassion and about empathy and about connection, you know. So I feel like you're going to be very tuned in to really thinking about what's necessary to move something forward. So this, again, guys, this could have to do with a relationship, a friendship, family connection, or a job. Okay, and right now, so the energy this week right now is going to be the Two of Cups reverse. So the Two of Cups is, there's a sense of holding back. There's a sense of holding back because this is Venus in Cancer. Okay, so there's a sense of needing to figure something out. So there are issues here that need to be ironed out. This can indicate somebody thinking about being with somebody else for some of you. For others of you, it could just be not even going to say the shadow side of you, because it's really not that with the Two of Cups. It's you guys really trying to figure out how something is moving forward, if this is a relationship. This could be you figuring out inside yourself what's necessary for you to stay in the job that you're at in a way that's going to be different, that's going to make you feel, happy and healthy, but you're not in touch with these ideas. That's the thing. It's like as soon as an idea comes in, you can't really put any sort of like pragmatic implementation into a plan because you just don't know everything. So I feel like there's this thing that you're connecting to, but there's this vagueness to it, and you're just not connected. Because in the upright, this is about connection in the heart space, and being in the reverse, it's telling me that you're just not connected, but I feel like it's mostly because you just don't have all the information right now. So the challenge here is going to be starting this new cycle in a space of truth where you tuned in and you really understand everything, because swords are air, right? And air is communication, and communication is all about Mercury, right? So this is the challenge here, is to enter this next space, this next phase. And a lot of you guys have that first foot stepping into that next cycle. And you just not being totally clear. Like it's just like fog alert. Do you know what I mean? Dirty window alert. That's what it's going to be. And the outcome here is the Justice reverse. So yeah, I mean, so this is a Libra energy, right? And Libra's ruled by Venus. So you feeling like some sort of situation is just kind of like not vibing right with you. It's not really speaking to your heart space. That job's not bringing you the money that you wanted. You're not feeling quite right. You're not really in touch and with your sense of self-love and your sense of self-worth. Like something is just like not there, that you're just not seeing something. And guys, this is 1 week. And just know that that's just going to be the energies this week. But the thing is, you want to be careful. If something's not making total sense to you, you want to be careful of not filling in a situation or a scenario with your own information, because then that ends up creating a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of assuming, and that could end up creating a lot of issues. So that's where I say this is a big gift. It's just going to be like, all right, let me press the pause button. Let me just step back and let things roll out the way they need to roll out right now, and just not try to push anything. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. Yeah. Yeah, so, we have the Queen of Wands reverse here. The Queen of Wands is a Pisces and Aries energy. So there's just this fogginess, and it's making you not feel completely motivated to move forward in something, not having this fresh set of eyes. That's that Aries energy. Not feeling large and in charge to move forward in something, Aries energy. There's that excited Emperor vibe, right? And it's because we have Neptune here. This is Neptune with Pisces and Aries together. Not a good mix, right? It's just not, because, Pisces is just all dreamy and Aries is like, come on, let's go. So this energy in the reverse is telling me that there's going to be a little bit of delay. There's going to be some miscommunication. Okay, but then we have the Hierophant energy, and I do really like this in here, because that's somebody saying, okay, hold on a second. Maybe we're not seeing everything very clearly. You could be saying this to yourself. You could be saying this to your partner, to your friend, to a colleague, your boss. Like, hold on. We need to really reevaluate what our common goal is, what we believe in here, who feels what, and just really getting in touch with that Hierophant energy, right? And I like this because that kind of like, okay, hold on. It's that 10 of Pentacles. It's like, hold on a second. Like, stop and drop right now for a second. And that's going to be very helpful to you, because we have the 8 of Swords, which is the card of self-imprisonment, but I feel like you're going to be rolling out of that. You're going to start to see things clearly for how they really are, even though not everything is going to be totally clear, but there's going to be some sort of healing and some sort of, maybe healing's not the right word, some sort of validation in recognizing that not everything is clear, that you don't have all the answers right now, and that's actually really okay. And that the reason that there's any sort of discord, the reason that there's any sort of stress, the reason that there's anything like that is because remember what I said about Mercury is going to be chasing the fish to ask them for a final answer and what's the deal, and he's not going to be able to do that. There's just this sense of acceptance here that you don't know everything, but that everything at the end of the day is actually going in exactly the right direction that it's meant to go. But I feel like the gift here is you not getting in your own way. You not shooting yourself in the foot. There's no self-sabotaging. There's no being reactive instead of responsive. You know, all of this. Really good stuff. And then we end up with the world energy, which is awesome. I mean, it's the world. This is a Saturn energy. And the thing is, Saturn always brings gifts. So this is going to be hard work. This is hard, whatever it is that you're going through. It's stressful. But the gift on the other side is really huge. It really is. The payoff for whatever you're trying to work through is good. So just hang with it, okay? This is good. Because remember, we have the Three of Cups, the Three of Water crowning you. Feeling really happy in that heart space. But you just have to get through this jammy first, okay? All right, so let's move these guys out of the way. And let's get to the challenge of the week is going to be the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is Sun in Virgo. Okay, so again, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So everything mercurial is just going to be a bit of a challenge for you, okay? But the 8 is also about building. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to be dealing with these energies of, okay, how am I going to move forward in this? What is it going to look like? Is this even possible? Is it possible for me to grow in this job? Is this project really going to actually work out for me? Is this reconnection really going to go in the direction I want it to? Is this next cycle that I'm entering with my partner going to be, is it going to be something that we both want? You know, and just not being able to tap into the answer to that just because things are going to be foggy right now, okay? And that's going to be the challenge. And that is a challenge. I mean, you know, keeping it real. It's going to be a challenge for Geminis. It's going to be a challenge for Virgo. It's going to be a challenge for Sagittarius this week. That's all right. It's going to pass, guys. This too shall pass. Stay grounded, stay open, as I always say. And honestly, just know, wonky communication. You're not going to know all the answers. All right, so let's see what we have here. So I'm getting that there was a person, a situation, something that you left in the past, and this was something that you considered to be not good for you, right? This is a Saturn and Pisces energy. But the thing is, because it's a Saturn and Pisces energy, and Saturn is all about those big lessons, but Pisces is about not being totally clear on things, and it also pushes to the front the need for empathy. So I feel like you might have left a situation in the past where at the time you didn't see any other way. Now this could have been the ending of a cycle, even if you were, let's say for argument's sake it's a relationship, okay? This could be really needing to accept that something wasn't going to happen within a relationship, even if you guys have been married like forever or together for a partner forever. Recognizing that something was just not going to happen in a relationship and you needed to just leave that thing in the past if you were just going to move forward within the relationship. For others of you, this could have been actually leaving a relationship, leaving something behind that's just no longer serving you, and you knowing it's the right thing, right? This could have been you guys leaving a job, or at least making a decision to really transfer yourself out of a certain position. But there's this understanding here, you know, that this needs to happen, you know, it needs to happen, you know, and in that way, it's a very healthy energy, because the sun illuminates anything that we see, right? And Virgo is the virgin, so it's like getting down to the basics and the nitty gritty of something, and really asking yourself, like, does this even speak to my heart space really? Am I clear on why I even wanted this thing in the first place? I'm really revisiting that. What is it really about that person that I miss? Or what is it about that thing, you know, with it, if like, let's say you guys are married, what is it about that idea that I need to leave behind that I even wanted? You know, maybe it was a house, maybe it was, you know, a job that you wanted, but it wasn't going to work out well for your marriage because of the hours, the location, whatever it is. But really getting in touch with what was it about that thing that I really needed to leave, right? And then we have you in the Queen of Wands energy, and this is Pisces and Aries. We have a lot of Pisces energy on the challenge side. So this tells me there's going to be a lot of fogginess, right? There's fogginess here, but you have a lot of will to move forward in something. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of passion here. And I do feel like this passion has to do with this next cycle. I like it. Now, the struggle within the challenge here is the strength reverse. And now this could be you, Gemini. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. You could be dealing with a Leo. Or you could be feeling one of two things. This is either you having or dealing with an ego that's off the charts, that's just run amok and is all up in its own feels, you know, wanting to control everything, wanting their own way, not seeing how they might be, you know, behaving in an unfair way, okay? Could be a partner, could be a friend, family member, boss, whatever. Or this could indicate that your struggle here within the challenge is that you're scared, that you're really scared about moving forward in something. Okay? But I do like this. This is the same as the Hierophant here from the other deck. And the outcome here is the High Priest. And I like this because this is you paying attention to how you feel and how you think and understanding, oh man, I might not have total clarity here. It's like, all right, you know what? I'm really not sure where this is going. But I do, but it's like you're able to press the pause button and say, okay, I know that I want this, this, and this with this person. Now, is it possible? All right, let me communicate with them. Because guys, I don't want you to get the idea that just because you're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury's going to be swimming in the sea of who knows what, and going into shadow, that you can't communicate. Of course you can. And it's actually an awesome energy to review things and go over things with a relationship, in a job, anything like that, anything. Revisit that project, anything like that. But it's just a matter of you need to be cognizant. And this is where I say astrology and tarot are super tools in this way. So just know that if you're feeling a little left of center, stop, take a deep belly breath and say, all right, let me figure out what is going on here. Within the realm of reality, what's fact, what's not. Are my emotions getting in the way in any of this? Because those aren't real. And, you know, and just really tuning into what's really in front of you. And the Hierophant is all about that, because this is about belief system in the 3D. How do things need to be looking like for real in the 3D? So this is you dealing with all of this wonky energy, woo, and then saying, all right, you know what? Hold on. What's going on here? But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And that's where your challenge comes in. But you know what, guys? I have to tell you, I like this. Now, this is, to me, I feel like this is an extension of the astrology read for sure, like in action. Communication is going to be wonky this week. It just is. But I like the fact that you're going to be able to press that pause button and say, okay, wait, what's real, what's not? What's going on here? Because you have so much good energy here. You really, really do. To have the 3 of water here, and I love the fact that in both the gift and the challenge, you got the Hierophant and the High Priest. So you're very in control. Things might feel a little unsettled. You might feel that stress, but you're going to be able to pull it in and refocus. And just remember, it's only, I'm not even going to say, honestly, for you guys keeping around, I'm saying it's only a week. It's not going to only be a week. I'm sorry, it's not. This kind of energy is going to be happening till the, like, seriously, like first into the second week of March. But it's just going to be very particularly strong this week, just because of that the Neptune, you know, because Neptune makes everything a little messy, you know. But let's pull some love. Let's pull a couple of loves and see what's going on here. Just a few. Just a few love. The 3 of water. Nice celebratory vibe. Having drinks with friends, right? Celebrating with friends, celebrating with the people that you love, celebrating love, celebrating family. Just getting together with people you care about, you know? Nice. Girl talk, time with friends, time with friends. So for some of you, it's going to be moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun, having fun. Girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, boundaries. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, focusing out, gaslighting. Okay. Girl talk, time with friends, living in the moment, having fun, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, boundaries. Everybody's watching you. 10 of Wands. 9 of Cups. All right, listen. So you're ready to end that cycle. You put the wands down, 10 of Wands. You're just too taxed emotionally, mentally, physically. You got to put the wands down because you're recognizing that this person or the situation was not going to end up being your wish fulfillment. They just weren't. And you knew that, first of all, many of you, communication is not coming in if you're not in contact, but there is this lack of movement forward. There's this lack of moving forward. For, you know, I get a lot of you are like waiting for communication for somebody, and the 8 of Wands upright is about that phone call, that text message, that email coming in with really good news and moving things forward quickly. But in the reverse, this tells me that it's not happening. That it's not happening. Okay? There's no movement here because this is Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is communication. Sagittarius is movement. So this tells me that it's not happening right now. Yeah. Look at this, guys. We got a 10 of Swords as well in the reverse. You were like double done with that cycle. Double done with being stabbed in the back. Double done with having to carry this big load. You're just so done with that. But look at you, man. You're the Empress energy. And we got the 7 of Pentacles. So this is a new cycle for you starting. This is all about growth. The Empress is the mother of the tarot, right? So this is all about conceiving an idea, cultivating it, and really nurturing it into growing and to be busted out into the 3D. And 7 of Pentacles is about starting on a new cycle. This is the 4 of the World and 3 of the Trinity. And this is a new cycle in the Pentacle space. So for some of you, you could be throwing yourself into a new job, a new cycle in work. But for others of you, I'm getting that there is somebody new or some sort of new cycle that you're going to be starting within a relationship. But whatever this was, so for some of you, this could be the ending of a cycle. And you're meeting somebody else and you're going to be starting in a new connection. For others of you, there is the definitive ending here, but then there's some sort of communication and you guys are going to figure out a way to grow this together where you end up starting this new cycle. Okay. Very good. I mean, the 4 of Cups energy is just like a very, very restless energy. It is very disappointed. It's that checklist card. It's recognizing why something didn't work, why you just couldn't make something happen. It just couldn't happen. This is Mercury. This is reverse. This is like a Mercury retrograde energy, guys. This is not being able to make something happen, not being able to communicate. I mean, just, you know. And then we have the Earth of the suit of fire here with the Page of Wands. So, and this is in reverse. So there's this, you know, you recognizing that there wasn't going to be a new cycle with somebody, okay? Not in the way that it could be. Not in the way that it was. The way that it was needed to be done. The way that it was, you guys were not going to be able to make a solid future happen. And the thing is with the 4 of Cups here, I actually like here is this, all of these ideas of this didn't work, this didn't work, this didn't work, this is coming to the surface. And the restlessness is being identified, the loneliness is being identified, and the reality is being identified. But we have this Mercury retrograde here with the Magician reverse, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are just going to still remain in a space of just kind of not knowing. We have the Two of Swords reversed as the outcome, and this is just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is a Moon and Libra energy. This is you trying to access the deepest recesses of your soul and tap into what really matters to you, because Venus rules Libra. You know, what matters in your heart space, and just like, should I do that? Should I do that? Oh, I just don't have all the information. Seven of Cups energy, I don't have all the info. I know it's in Five of the Cups. I don't know what's in Two, and I really don't want to fill in. See, I feel like you guys are going to be mindful of your tendency to fill in, because you really do want this strong foundation. You just do. You want a strong foundation. But the thing is, the communication is going to be really, really off right now. And when I say off, like even if you guys are in communication, it's going to be weird. Like you guys, like somebody's going to be saying one thing and the other person's going to be hearing something very different. It's going to be hard to have a meeting of the mind. Some of you may not even be in contact, right? But I get that there's a definitive cycle ending for sure. There is a desire to start something new, but not in the way of anything that looks like what it was. So, and if it can't be different, I don't get that you're interested. I really don't. I don't get that you're interested. I just don't. I mean, I see you guys starting this next cycle with or without. You guys are just doing you. You're looking at any sort of issues that you've had in any sort of self-sabotaging ways, whatever it is, you fill in the blank. But you know, this is what you want. You just want a firm foundation. But you're not going to get the answer right now, guys. That is just the way the energy is right now, But I do feel like once Mercury actually goes retrograde in the middle of the month, believe it or not, that's going to be kind of a comfortable energy for you. I mean, as your ruler, you know, yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, it rules you. It's going to be, and it doesn't go backwards. It's kind of, you know, kind of just moving a lot slower. But really supportive energy for you guys to be revisiting things and renewing things. And I feel like definitive endings of these cycles and really getting in touch with what didn't work before. And you guys are going to have some good energy here to review and go over what didn't work, why things happen. And I feel like, honestly, guys, I feel like for many of you, it's going to happen. Even if you guys don't get back together, there's healing here. There's healing here. You know? So that's really good. I mean, there's healing. There's healing in stupid communication. It's like stupidly challenging. But anyway, my friends, that is what I have for you right now. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Until then, bye-bye.